So the question is to write a function which takes arguments, three arguments, the number of columns, the number of rows, and a two-dimensional array. And it should display the sum of the elements of each row. For this, the function is row sum. As told in the question, it takes three arguments: number of columns C, number of rows R, and the two-dimensional array, that is matrix. In order to access each element of a matrix or the two-dimensional array, we need two for loops. First for loop is to go through the rows, and the second for loop is to go through the column of each row. In this case, we first fix a row and we initialize the value of sum as 0, and we go through elements of the row and add these elements to sum. When elements of first row is completed, it goes out of the inner loop J and it print the sum of that row. Then the I value is incremented and the next row is considered, and the sum is again initialized as 0, and the elements, the sum of the elements of that row is found and printed. This process is continued until the row is finished. In order to understand the problem, we take this example. The number of rows is given as 3 and the number of columns is given as 3. So it is a 3 by 3 matrix. So we entered the elements. So according to the function, we fix a row. So we take the first row and we go through each element and it is added to sum. So we go to the first element 1, it is added to sum. Now sum is equal to 1. Then we go to the next element is 2, then it is added to sum. Now sum is equal to 3, and it goes to the next element 3, and it is added to sum, and sum is equal to 6. So we can see that the output, the sum of row 1 is 6. Then I is incremented, so it goes to the next row. Then sum is initialized to 0. Then we go through each element. First is 4, then sum is equal to 4, then 5, then sum is equal to 9, and it goes to the next element 6, then sum is equal to 15. We see that the sum of row 2 is 15. Similarly, sum of row 3 is also found. This is another example of the matrix 4 by 3 matrix. We see that the sum of each row is printed successfully.